Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are reading in A Course in Miracles, Workbook for Students, Lesson 353. This is Part 2 of the workbook, Section 14, What Am I? Lesson 353, My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today. And we'll go down and read footnote 181. Based on other references to these body parts, Christ needs our eyes to bless others, our tongue to relay his messages to them, our hands to give his gifts, our feet to carry us to those who need a miracle. See Workbook 154, 11, 2 through 4. He needs our voice that he may speak through us. He needs our hands to hold his messages and carry those to whom he appoints. He needs our feet to bring us where he wills, that those who wait in misery may at last be delivered. See also Workbook Review 5, Introduction 9.3. Paragraph 9, Sentence 3. You are my voice, my eyes, my feet, my hands, through which I save the world. So my eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ to use to bless the world with miracles. Father, I give all that is mine today to Christ, to use in any way that best will serve the purpose that I share with him. Nothing is mine alone, for he and I have joined in purpose. Thus has learning come almost to its appointed end. A while I work with him to serve his purpose. Then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. Footnote 182. So I first work with Christ to serve his purpose. Then through that I join with him so fully that I discover that Christ is but myself. This is the commentary by Alan Watson. I will read the practice suggestion by Robert Perry afterward, leading us into meditation. These last 10 lessons, not counting the final one, represent the state of mind to which the Course seeks to bring us. In this lesson, we see the final outworking of the Course's thoughts about the body. Not that the body becomes ignored, despised, or neglected, but rather that its every part be used to bless the world with miracles. The body is not attacked or belittled, rather it is given a new purpose shared with Christ. Father, I give all that is mine today to Christ to use in any way that best will serve the purpose that I share with him. Nothing is mine alone, for he and I have joined in purpose. In heaven, our function is creation, something that apparently we can't quite fully understand until our mind awakens to heaven. But here our function is the pure reflection of creation, the giving of miracles, the extension of forgiveness. We might say our function here is recognizing creation, since to forgive is to acknowledge our brother as God created him, and not as we have made him through the projection of our own guilt. Let me then, with all the determination I can muster, this day join myself with Christ's purpose. Let me give my hands, my eyes, my tongue, my feet to him. Why not silently pray and very specifically do exactly that? Father, I give my hands to Christ today to be used only for the purpose I share with him, to bless the world with miracles. Then repeating the same thing for other parts of my body. Remember this thought through the day and renew your gift to Christ, calling your mind back to its true purpose every time you can remember. Thus has learning come almost to its appointed end. A while I work with him to serve his purpose, then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. When we have reached the point where we truly have given everything we have to him to be used for his purpose, we have almost completed the curriculum. All that is left is to stay a little while longer serving his purpose, sharing the light with minds that are still clouded. This is almost descriptive of an avatar, an enlightened master who is on earth only to serve those not so far along. When that time of service is over, I will lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. The ego self will dissolve and disappear. The individual will cease as a separate thing, which it never was in reality, and expand into the one self of Christ. Nothing will be lost in this process except our separateness. My heart, do not despair if this seems far beyond you now. It is much nearer than you dare believe. You are much more than you think you are. Simply in gladness give yourself to this purpose. The Holy Spirit will provide the means. Be willing simply to move in this direction, and do not judge how near or far you are, how easy or how difficult you think the way. Simply be willing for it to be. Be not anxious or restless if it seems to elude you. Restlessness is only a delaying tactic. Rest, my heart. Trust. Angels watch with you, awaiting the birth of the Christ in you. Have no fear. Rejoice. And now I will lead us into temptation, into meditation, reading the Practice Suggestion by Robert Perry. I enjoy going through the body parts listed in the lesson one at a time, and then adding on some other things at the end. I give my eyes to Christ today to use to bless the world with miracles. I give my tongue to Christ today to use to bless the world with miracles. I give my hands to Christ today to use to bless the world with miracles. I give my feet to Christ today to use to bless the world with miracles. I give my time to Christ today to use to bless the world with miracles. I give my money to Christ today to use to bless the world with miracles. I give my car to Christ today to use to bless the world with miracles. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ to use to bless the world with miracles. much for joining with me in this meditation today for lesson 353. And now we will read Alan Watson's commentary on What Am I? We are on paragraph 2, sentences 1 through 3. Our use for words is almost over now. Throughout the workbook, words have been used to instruct and inspire us, and we have used the words given to us in our practicing. When we are truly ready to graduate from the workbook and its level of training, we will be ready to leave specific words behind. We will be ready to spend our days in constant communication with the Holy Spirit, with no need for any special saying to act as a trigger, to entrain our minds along the lines of the Course. Especially at that point, our minds will be fully trained. We will habitually practice holy instants and spend time often each day renewing our minds in God's presence. Few, if any of us, are truly at that point. I know regretfully that I am not. I have not followed the training program given to us faithfully, and so I still need more training, in which the use of words is still essential. I still need the crutch of words, or a better analogy than crutch, training wheels. I will be repeating the workbook again next year, not with reluctance or with a sense of defeat. Oh no, I have made a great deal of progress in this last year, I think. The lessons stick with me during the day much more than ever before, and my mind does remember to apply them in response to temptation, not always, but more frequently. Yet, in the final days of this 1 year we gave to God together, you and I, we found a single purpose that we shared. Surely this is one of the goals of the workbook, that we would come to realize that we share a common purpose with Jesus. We are Saviors. We have begun to remember not only our guiltlessness, but our purpose. What we were created for, to extend love to others as God created us by extending His love. And this, our gift, is therefore given us. Because we have learned that we are here to give blessing to the world, blessing is given to us. Because we have learned to forgive, we receive our own forgiveness. This is the law of love. This is the way love works. When the training goal of the workbook is fully achieved in us, we have not only found our own individual salvation, we have found that our salvation lies in bringing release to others. We are saved by saving others, forgiven by forgiving others, healed by healing others. I will be healed as I let Him teach me to heal. Thank you so much for joining me. Lesson 353. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. I love you. Thank you for joining with me.